Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and I'm of course playing 7 Days to Die. Of course, with the settings I got in place, it's more like 10 days, but what the hell ever. But anyway, so it is now, as you'll see when this loads, I'm on day 10. So it is Blood Moon Night, aka Horde Night. And it is about, I want to, if I remember correctly, it's like noon-ish. So I got about maybe half an hour to 45 minutes or so before I have to take on 3 waves of 8 zombies, assuming that that's still the rule. So I guess there are some things that apparently can actually modify how many zombies you fight, because I was looking through the settings to try to see just like what the normal is, and apparently there's actually that game stage thing actually can make it to where there's less zombies than that. Okay, so it's 2 game hours off, so we're about an hour from Horde Night. Guess that means more prep time. So, yeah, let's see here. Oh, and in case you're wondering why I'm recycling a bunch of tools, for some strange reason, it seems there's an overlap between different qualities of tools. For example, this quality 3 fire axe actually has lower stats than the quality 2 that this axe replaced. And the reason why this level 3 shovels here, when there's a level 2 right here, believe it or not, even without mods, that level 2 shovel outperforms the level 3 with mods. Go figure. I mean, literally, even with mods, the quality 3 shovel takes more stamina to use per swing of it, and each swing does less damage. Even with the Gravedigger mod, that increases the damage to dirt-type blocks by 15%, which at this early stage of the game is only 1 point, but still, even with the mod, a level 3 shovel could not outperform a type 2 or a quality 2 with that had no mods. So, yeah. That's one of the things I hate about the crafting system, is that if you advance enough to where you can make the next level higher, you have to make like several copies of that tool before you might actually get one that is better than what you were using. So, yeah. That's a lot of fun, and a big, big waste of my resources. Though, considering that it's supposed to be you're making the thing yourself, I mean, yeah, it's a higher quality tool, but depending on how the crafting process goes, that can cause all kinds of problems one way or it can even cause all kinds of benefits. It just varies. So, yeah, there's that to take into consideration. Okay. So, one thing I would like to do while we're waiting for Horde Night is I'd like to point out some of the mods that I'm using, because I kind of got really bored with just plain the vanilla version. So, this here is a mod made by one. Let me pull it up in my browser. There it is. Anyway, it's called the Pump Jack mod. Anyway, what it does is, let's see if it tells me who made this mod. War 3zuk. War number 3 and then ZUK. But anyway, why? Why, when I click back into the window, did it have to do that? At least I didn't damage it. But anyway, the reason why it's not running right now is because, well, I got its mined resources and put them into that barrel. But basically, what'd I get? Well, okay then. But anyway, this thing kind of works like an old style oil rig. But basically, every couple of game hours, the thing will stop and lock up like it was and put a green barrel there full of resources. And that's pretty much what it does. But yeah, it even says in the description, it'll mine resources over time and then deliver them for collection, loop from either the front or rear of the pump. So it's a pretty simplistic mod. Okay. Then there's another mod that I have installed, though I don't have any representative pieces of it actually in my game world just yet, because after all, I am still very much in the beginning stages of leveling up that perk there. But I can show you at least in my in-game menu. What it does is it adds all kinds of vehicles like the UH-60 helicopter. Military helicopter is actually much easier to control and operate than the vanilla gyrocopter. And of course, aside from the fact that it takes an engine and a car battery and insert number of wheels appropriate for the vehicle here, of course, the real cost of the vehicle comes in the accessories and the chassis, which are pretty spendy. The accessories, not so much. I mean, 50 steel, 10 mechanical, 50 leather, because, you know, you gotta have nice seats. 40 electrical parts, 2 headlights, though the chassis is where it really gets spendy. 25 springs, though that's not hard to come by. You can get that easily from scrapping a few cars. 350 forged steel, 50 mechanical, 40 duct tape, and 50 short iron pipes. Now, easily the most expensive part of this build is going to be that forged steel. And then there's, well, let's see, to make this easier, we'll just go chassis. Okay, so there's the standard vanilla 4x4 chassis for a Charger. Let's see, what other vehicles are there? Run-of-the-mill work truck. A UAZ 452. A Stallion. Sherp. Rat bike chassis. Run-of-the-mill pickup. Chevy Nova. A Marauder. Which is like if someone took a Pinto and put big, humongous wheels on it, kind of. The MD 500 chassis. Junker. Humvee. Golf cart. Duster plane. A GNX chassis. So yeah, a lot of these require a good chunk of steel to make. Although I guess in this regard they are cheaper than the 4x4. So I guess there's that. But anyway, this is part of it's called BW's what is it called? What is the proper name of it? Let's see. See if I can look it up. Oh yeah, BW's Vehicles All-in-One. So yeah, it has box truck, a BRDM2 military vehicle, buggy, Buick GNX, Charger, cruiser, dirt bike, Duster airplane, golf cart, hot rods, Humvees, junker bikes, Marauders, MD 500 helicopter, MRAP military vehicle, a Nova, a pickup truck, rat bike, a Sherp, a Stallion, a UAZ 452, a UH-60 helicopter, a Willy Jeep, and a work truck. So yeah. Basically, it's all of the modern BW's vehicles that he had at the time put into one mod. And there's even a Hostess Cupcakes truck. So, and that one's one of my favorites. I mean, even though it's slow and when going up steep hills, it tends to get stuck in that corner. It has an extremely large hauling capacity. And basically the only vehicle that can here just a second. There. Muted the mic for a second so I don't deafen anybody. But anyway, the only vehicle that can really get in more places than and haul as much, if not more, cargo than the box truck has got to be the U-860. Of course, landing the thing is fun. I mean, the thing is easy to fly and control, but landing it, especially with any kind of precision in a hurry. So, yeah. Those are two of the mods I've got installed right now. If any of the others actually make their presence known, I'll be sure to mention it. Well, actually, if I go back up here to when the game first launched, let's see what I got here. Mean Clouds Mining Modlet. Mean Cloud Mining. Oh, yeah, that adds copper and zinc to the game, as well as other stuff associated with that. There's B-Dub's vehicles, which I already talked about. This one, I have not seen anything of it yet in the game, although I have yet to visit the trader. It just adds more backpacks, which I guess you can either use as a worn item to get more inventory spaces, or you can place it as an object. And oh yeah, Mean Cloud Mining also adds another thing. It also adds an excavator, which is a somewhat spendy item. You need copper spools, raw diamonds, so modded component. And then there's also the where is it? And then there's this thing. Made from industrial washing machine, this can break up ores into usable resources. So like whenever you scrap a, not a radiator, but there's some things you can get or scrap where you'll get actual like raw copper, and you can feed that into a forge, but then there's also copper ore, which cannot be used as is. So it's kind of like the old iron ore item, which is now back in the game thanks to that pump jack mod. But anyway, the copper ore cannot be used as is, so you have to run it through that machine to refine it into copper. Because, ironically enough, once the copper and zinc items are fed into a forge to make brass, you cannot extract them from the forge in that form, or in their refined form, or even their raw form, or any form for that matter. Once zinc and copper go into the forge, they can only come out again as brass or as bullet casings. Though the trade-off here is that, and this is actually a beneficial trade-off, the benefit here is that for the cost of making one piece of brass, you can make a bullet casing, which is kind of a good way to get bullet casings because it takes 6 brass to make one casing. So you can either turn the copper and zinc into brass and make 6 brass to make one casing, or for the price of one piece of brass, you can make a casing. So that kind of like, it cuts the cost of making bullet casings out of brass you have to find in the world by like 85 to 85% or so. So that's a good thing. That's a definite plus there for not being able to use the forge as a refinery. And it also ensures that if you mine raw zinc and raw copper, you have to use that rock crusher. So there's that. Now another thing that I was wanting to cover in today's video while we're waiting for Horde Night to start is seeing as how there seems to be another, I don't know if it's mod related or something to do with Alpha 19.5, but as I said in that live stream I did, You know the area over there that my land claim block is supposed to prevent things from spawning inside of? I don't know if it's just zombies it's supposed to prevent from spawning in, or just any hostile entity in general. But there's the fact that a dire wolf, as I'm going to call it, because there's wolves and then there's the big alpha ones with the glowing eyes that are pretty hard to kill in the beginning stages of the game. But anyway, the thing spawned like right outside the building, so it was well inside the perimeter that my land claim block should have stopped it from spawning in from. And so yeah, and then back, I think it was the build from a couple years back. I think it was 16 or 17. But anyway, I had taken over a POI to use as my base. It was one of those Journey's End woodsman lodges. And at the time, land claim blocks actually expired after X amount of time, even in single player. And I went to go looting and came back to find that for some unknown reason, my land claim block had expired while I was out looting a POI 2 towns over. Because I came back to find that my base was full of sleeping lumberjack zombies. Now, it wasn't that they were there because they were attracted to the flickering lights of my torches and all that stuff. No, these were spawned in as if the POI had once become a regular POI. So, yeah, I basically had to clear out my base because of that. So, I'm not sure if somehow land claim blocks are now only working the way they're intended in multiplayer or what. But if that's the case, I know a POI I may as well take over and convert into a base simply because I could build like an entire community's worth of buildings inside of the perimeter that's already there. And it's a pretty large perimeter. But I'm talking about this stadium over here, right behind me. I mean, the football field itself could be used to house buildings and farms and tree groves or tree grottos. And then over there in the actual building itself, I could have like specialized production facilities, things like that. And then the stairs and the benches up there. Come over here where you can see it easier. And then like all those stairs up there and stuff can be used as ways to kind of like direct the flow of the zombie horde. Because like unless they spawn in the benches up there, what'll happen is if they spawn anywhere in here, they're gonna have to funnel their way up a staircase, work their way up there, and then either get into that room up there where you're hiding out at, or in that fenced-in area over there. Either way, you can actually kind of direct the flow of traffic, and at the same time, because of that large opening over there, you could actually drive vehicles into it if you open up the front end over there, which I'll show you here. You never know when you might need those. But see, like this over here, you know, zombies can break through that pretty easy. So what you might as well go ahead and do is like open it up to where you can you could actually like use this as a vehicle garage too, and then use these enclosed spaces not only as production rooms but also places where, especially in a multiplayer game, you could have firing squads where they just sit in there and they shoot at the outside. And when did these guys suddenly spawn in here? Oh, did that tickle? What the hell? Oh, you again. Give me my arrow back. Of course, there's the fact that Land claim blocks are not... Because of how big this place is, it's not going to stay devoid of zombies forever. I mean, yeah, there's the thing where, assuming you're using default settings, every 5 days or whatever it is. There we go. But anyway, even if all there was just that, just the fact that there's that thing where every 5 days the loot's supposed to respawn, but that also means the zombies do too. Well, actually, they respawn a day earlier. But anyway, I mean, if let's say I put a land claim block, like right in the center of this building, in terms of vertically, it goes up to the upper heights, like the highest point that you can build to, and down to the lowest point that you can build to. And then the area is like X number of blocks wide by this way, by X number this way. And that's the area that supposedly zombies and other hostile entities cannot spawn in. Which, if it was, say, in the center of that room, it would protect out to the edge of the building that way, and maybe out to about here. And then, in terms of, this way, it might protect out to about the bottom of this staircase and the bottom of that staircase. So that would still leave a good chunk of the building that zombies could spawn in. And then there's also this entire football field where they could still spawn. Case in point. Okay, seriously, why is the sneak damage on this weapon so low? And how did that miss? Stay dead. So yeah, using this as a base would, while it would be doable in single player, I wouldn't recommend actually using this as a base site until you were far enough along in your intellect-based perks that you could build things like auto turrets and things like that. So that whenever the zombies did respawn, your automated turrets would automatically shred anything that the game decided to spawn in instantly. And when you got back, you would find a bunch of auto turrets that were out of ammo, but on the other hand, maybe a zombie loot bag or two. But the thing that would be the ultimate giveaway that zombies had spawned into your base would be you're like way off over there looting that. I think that's a junkyard over there. I think that's a crane in the junkyard over there. But like, let's say you're over there looting that. And you're not doing anything that's getting you experience, and then suddenly you start seeing experience numbers start popping up in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. That right there would be a good indicator that that the game just spawned a new batch of zombies into the place you're using as a base, and your turrets just shredded them. Oh, wait, what do we got here? A stack of wood. So not only will this thing produce small quantities of random items, but it will also occasionally give you the stack item that you get from, let me show you here. The Art of Mining. Here it is. Book number 5 from the Art of Mining series. You can craft basic resources like ore into compact stacks. All that mining slowing you down, craft basic resources like ore, stone, and wood into more compact stacks that are easy to carry. Now, you can, of course, see them in your crafting menu, but you can't make them until you actually find that book, and it has to be that book. There is no skill that you can buy that unlocks it. Yeah, see, Art of Mining Volume 5. But so yeah, you could find stack of coal, stack of iron, stack of lead, stack of nitrate powder, stack of oil shale, stack of small stone, and stack of wood coming from this pump jack device as well. So that's handy. That's actually the first time I've actually gotten a full stack like that. So I'll just put that there for now. This here. That there. Get rid of some of the stuff I've got right now. Now, normally, the way I play this, you know, now that I am on the first day where the Horde will attack, is the first building I set up, which is this one I'm in right now. This will be like a temporary starter base while I'm working on building up my resources to either take over a large POI and with enough technology that I can hold it indefinitely, or I just build a very large bunker or a very obscenely large base. But I think in this one I might go ahead and do a test run on the whole taking over a POI, in this case the stadium. Because aside from the disadvantages, like I mentioned, the fact that every few days zombies are going to spawn inside of that thing, unless you have a land claim block in there, but even then you're only going to be able to protect so much of the overall space. But that can be compensated for with machine gun turrets. And like I said, you'll know those are working when you start randomly getting experience out of nowhere. And then like this space here, I could easily use as a vehicle, as a motor pool. You know, get rid of that car over there, and I can easily park box trucks, Chargers, Buicks, whatever I happen to build from that car mod. I can just fill this with different vehicles and equip them for different situations. And then I can do the same thing with the other side, because there's also a parking lot down off that way, and then I can also park stuff in front or even inside that building. Though I think what I might do is just set that up as an experience farm. And then I can also, and then like I also said, I could turn this field into a massive farm and a replenishable forest. And then all these resource sites that are around it, I can place like mining structures over them. Or I can just build a bunch of these. So, you know, there's that. The only reason, and you know what, yeah, these mining mods I've got might make resource gathering a bit of an overpowered task, in that it would be so easy to just set up a bunch of those and just let them do all the mining for me. But here's the thing. One, it's random. And two, you gain no experience, except, of course, when you actually go to loot the container that the pump jack spawns. And it's just the standard amount of experience for looting a container in the first place. So, not much benefit there. So, yeah, there's that. Now, I should probably go ahead and start working and getting prepared. So, let's see. How many of these can I make right now? 151. We'll start off with 100. I'll go ahead and grab this wood over here. What can I feed into the forge right now? I need more lead, and I need a lot of it. So, I mean, look at this. I'm low on bullet casings and bullet tips. Of course, I'm also running low on gun. I'm also out of gunpowder because I put all of it into making these pipe bombs. So that's one thing I'm going to have up my sleeve. And this is actually going to be my first time doing it this way. Normally, I prefer to overpower the hordes with firepower, and then when that runs out, then I usually will try to win by retreating. In that, what I'll do is I'll just like run up and jab them all with the knife's power attack, which is not this, but that. because that puts a bleeding injury on anything I hit, and they take damage over time. And then I just let the zombies bleed out. This is going to be the first time I'm going to try blowing them up, because block damage is only 5, which means I could set all of these off in this. I could set like all, what, 34 of them off inside this building, and all I'm going to do is destroy my bedroll, destroy these crates. Well, no, not destroy these crates. The only thing I'm going to destroy is myself. Because at 5 block damage, I mean, let's see. Yeah. This thing has 100 hit points. So it would take a full stack of pipe bombs just to destroy a bedroll. So, yeah. The worst I would do is I would inflict minimal damage to the inside of my base. But I would be in a ton of pieces all over the walls. So, yeah. Now, if you, for your building destroying needs, you're gonna want. Why? Oh, I mean, oh, it has to be called dynamite. Of course, it's not gonna tell me on here. But anyway, dynamite actually inflicts so much damage to blocks as well as living and undead things that once I tried to blow up a small group of zombies with a stick of dynamite, and not only did I destroy the zombies, but I also made a 3-meter deep crater in the ground. But the thing is that 2 of those meters were solid asphalt. So, yeah, stick of dynamite is very, very, very powerful. So, yeah. Pipe bombs, they're an anti-zombie weapon. Dynamite is an anti-everything. So, yeah, that's also something to keep in mind. What I got in here so far? Always need more of those. Okay, so right now my options are this. I can either build a temporary safe spot from which I can shoot outwards and, you know, and attack zombies that way. Or I could try running and gunning, which is I run away from them while shooting. Of course, the danger that presents is that, you know, I could be running from zombies that are behind me and not realize it until I hit them, but I could be running towards another small group. There's a rabbit or a chicken over there, I think. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like 1 pixel on my screen. I think there's something over there. No, it says there's not. Yeah, this to this is a greater distance than here to here, because, like, let's see, 0.1 kilometers, also 0.1. And right now my detection range is 100 meters, so if there was a huntable creature over there, my little hunting perk should have identified it. Okay, yeah, it wasn't something huntable, it was just a bush in the middle of the goddamn road. I'm just going to get rid of these. Now, one thing I have been trying to do to prepare, and I've made this somewhat of a priority just because of how many 7.62 rounds I have. Damn it, they still haven't respawned yet, and this is the only place I found with a goddamn gun safe. Well, only place I found so far. I mean, it's going to take away prep time, but I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to adopt the run and gun strategy anyway, just because I'm fairly certain that while I can shoot through not railings but bar objects like this, I don't think I can throw pipe bombs through them, which I'm loath to waste one, but wait, what the hell? Yeah, so you can't throw through those. So, yeah. I can shoot any weapon through them, but I cannot throw a frickin' pipe grenade. Bones and 2 radiators. But anyway, I'm like literally one machine gun part away from being able to build or being able to make a tactical assault rifle. So I'm trying to get the last machine gun part I need before the horde attacks, and I don't think I'd be able to make it to the trader and back in time. So I'm going to try and look for POIs that I know for a fact would have a gun safe within them. I wonder if I can run over zombies with this. That would be a no. So, I know that those junkyard POIs tend to have a gun safe in the primary structure. So I'm going to go up here and see if I can find one. Because if I can get into another gun safe, I might get that last machine gun part. Plus, tactical assault rifles actually do more damage than AK-47s. And then also the M60 does more damage than a TAR, so there's that. Oh, don't worry, chicken. You're safe for now. What the hell? Whatever. The only thing that I've not liked about this game sometimes is that sometimes the game will seem to say, well, because you suck at archery, even though that arrow appeared to go right into the zombie's mouth and out the back of its throat, we're going to say you missed. I mean, it rarely ever does that, but... And I'm not even sure that that's the reason behind it. Hey, give me my arrows back. So yeah, this is what Horde Night's going to be like, just with 5 times as many zombies. Oh. And that's why I like the whole bleeding injury thing. And I only search everything because you never know where you're going to find a machine gun part. Really? odd thing for there to be in a cooler, but eh. Okay. Hey, copper spool. Suppose I should conserve my gun ammo just because, for one thing, no guarantee that a TAR would be fully constructed by the time the Horde attacked. And second, once I ran out of 756 ammo, I would then have to use the pistol. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, these resist more heat, but not so much in the cold. And hard no. Okay, let's... Hey, more pumpkin seeds. I can finally grow more pumpkins that I, as yet, cannot use. Okay, busting this bitch down. Oh, hello. Kindly die. I said kindly die. I said die. Hey, that goes for you too. Hey. Okay. Now that's out of the way. Oh. Funny thing about when you're trying to bust a door with multiple layers of armor and all the layers are made of different materials is that when you get one layer of, say, metal down to low health and then you power strike it with the pickaxe will do, not only will it do the remaining damage to destroy the metal layer, but whatever metal-based damage was left that it would have done to the layer of wood underneath that, it will still do that damage as if it were metal. Because the pickaxe is not supposed to do jack diddly squat against wood. There we go. Oh, hey, and this vending machine actually has power. Sweet. Okay, is the gun safe in there? Yes, it is. Alright. Oh, come on now. Pick the lock. I don't know if this is like, if it works where every time you hit the pick interaction, it like will determine a certain amount of time that the thing will tick down before the pick breaks. Oh, come on. And then it will go for that exact amount of time, or if every 1/10 of a second it does a check based on your picking skill to say that, okay, in a scale between 1 and 100, this range is that 1/10 of a second will pick successfully, and this other range is it'll break during that time. Damn it. Already got one. Thanks for the ammo, but I need the parts for the gun that fires it. Jesus. Wait, where did that paper money go? Weird. Oh, wait, I hit R. Why didn't it take it all? Well, crap, there was no machine gun parts in there, so this one was a waste of time. Well, see if I can find it anywhere else. Yeah, see, like right now I got 4 game hours before, well, less than that before Horde Night starts. So, I guess that I may as well try getting to the nearest trader. I get the feeling that one was that thunder thing was a little early. Oh boy. Okay, come on, get up there, get up there. Well, alrighty then. .9 kilometers. It's almost 2 miles each way. I suppose I could try it, but I'll have to stop back at my base and... Well, actually, it might be a bad idea to try it just because of the fact that I would still have to get back in time, throw the parts onto the crafting table, and start the process on making a machine gun, and then hoping to God that the thing finishes making the weapon before it hits 2200 hours. And right now it's 1830, which is 6:30. I don't know. Maybe I'll make it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I should try. Maybe I shouldn't. Okay. Yeah, I think if it came down to it, I could probably fight off the Horde with what I've already got, but I would still rather have a nice high-powered weapon. Well, Well, one thing's for sure, I'm not going to survive it with this little bit of health I got left. Okay, come on. It also doesn't really help that it seems that my stamina wears itself out after I bike only 150 meters. What is that? You know, it also does not bode well for me that while Horde Night is active, there's also the possibility that the zombies could actually outrun my bike. Wait a minute. Is this... It is one of the traders. I think. Oh, no it's not. It's a POI. Well, okay then. I guess we're going all the way. Okay, 1.6. Okay, so we're at the exactly 1 mile mark. Okay, 1,400 meters. Of course, I think the reason why, I mean, despite the fact that even though this map is 10 by 10 kilometers, I think the reason why it picked a store that was so far away was because it was probably configured and set for my original spawn point, which even though I did end up dying and respawning in a random location, I think it had already had that trader in mind. So I think what it's doing is it's leading me back to the trader it would have assigned had I not died. Which does not necessarily bode well for me, because if it's in the snow biome, I'm probably going to get killed halfway there by a goddamn mountain lion. Well, halfway there from this exact point. Which gives me an idea. How much experience? Oh, a lot, actually. I was going to say, because of the way I have it set up to where if I die, I don't really lose anything. I just take the experience penalty. I was going to say, if I wanted to go ahead and sacrifice 10% of the experience I gained to get to the level that I'm already at, I could go ahead and allow a mountain lion to kill me once I'm done with the trader, because then that would just send me back to my base directly, and that should give me plenty of time to actually build a machine gun for when the hordes arrive. But like I said, I'm pretty sure I could probably make it with what I've got. Yeah, see, there's a snow biome over there. Oh boy. Oh no, get back here. Get back here. Come on. Well, that sucked. God, I can't wait until I have gas-powered vehicles. Okay, so on the plus side, at least I haven't actually had to enter the snow biome yet. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is there a way around this? No, of course there's not. Come on, come on, come on. I would have turned back, but I figured, you know what? I already came this far. And he's literally only 600... Whoever the trader is, they are literally only 600 feet away. And they're not going to close up shop until 2200 anyway. And there they are. Now if I can just get inside before it hits 2200. Oh, don't tell me this is not the trader that specializes in weapons.
Smells like dysentery.
Okay. Oh, thank God. Oh, yeah, that's
No
right.
refunds. Deal's done. Now beat it, fucker.
You know, somehow I've had the feeling, looking at the outside of this building, that this must have been Rex, or wrecked. Trader wrecked. Rectum something. His place. Okay. Okay, I was like rolling over this terrain earlier. Why is it like hindering me now? I probably should have made this trip like game yesterday. Because yeah, I'm definitely not going to have a machine gun ready by the time the Horde arrives. Because I mean, yeah, it takes 2 minutes and 34 seconds to make, which I'm pretty sure that given that 1 real life hour is 1 game hour. Wait, which of these roads is more? This, wait, this way. So, let's see. 1 real life hour is 12 game hours. So 5 minutes would be 1 hour. So I would have to make it back. I would have to make it back by 21:30 in order to have the weapon be ready by the time the Horde actually starts attacking. Oh, no, no, no. Come here, you. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I don't think making it back to my base by 21:30 is going to happen. Yeah, not gonna happen. There's no way in hell I'm gonna have enough time to complete the production of a firearm by the time the Horde strikes. I mean, I could probably start the construction process and then try to hold them off while it completes. And then go back inside my main building and grab it off of the workbench as it completes construction, and then fight my way back out of my base with it. God, I wish my stamina regenerated faster. Okay. Yep. Getting very close to the horde starting, so... Yeah, chances of making it back to base before the zombies start spawning. I mean, even just getting back before they start spawning, much less starting construction of a tactical rifle, is pretty much not gonna happen at this point. Because like I said, I can apparently only Lance Armstrong about 100 meters before tiring out, even with a full stamina bar. Let's see, which way... Yeah, I may as well just try cutting directly across and forget trying to use the roads. So... I wish I could see kilometers on this better than, like, have it on my, like, how far away I am from my base on my compass instead of having to use the map, because at least that way I have a general idea of how late for Horde Night starting I'm going to be by the time I get back there. Oh yeah. Horde Night starts in less than 1 minute, so... Okay, now I'm starting to be back in familiar territory, because I remember looting that place on day 2. Yeah, I'm probably going to make it back just in time for it to start, so... Now, on the one hand, my base structure's walls, at least the parts of it that they're going to be punching, are already made of cobblestone. Yeah, I'm pretty close now. So, it would take even 8 zombies would take a while to punch through that. Oh boy. Vomiting buzzards, really? There's one of you shitheads down. Seriously, this is like first Horde Night stuff? Oh, well, that worked in my favor. Seems that, oh crap, my gun's broke. What the? Yeah, see what I mean? Somehow those buzzards are faster than my bike. Okay, so my repair kits are around here somewhere. Iron, duct tape, plastic, and space. Sure. Duct tape? Really? There we go, finally. Oh wow, that actually worked. Hey, no World War Z-ing this shit. Why are they attacking there? That's not really a particular weak spot. Oh, it's game on now, boys. Bird brain. Wow, 1,320 experience for killing that? Oh no. I'm surprised that this is actually a valid attack strategy. Okay, for the time being, they're... Wow, they actually breached that. Well, there doesn't appear to be any zombie vulture bird things at the moment, so... Almost fell off. I get the feeling that the number of zombies on Blood Moon Night has increased because I don't remember ever fighting this many on the first Blood Moon. Oh crap, they're in my base now. Like they are inside the building. Yeah, if this keeps up all the way until 6 in the morning on the following game day, I will probably run out of ammo long before then. Oh boy. Okay, I need to put this somewhere where as they damage stuff, I can see it on the walls. Okay, so my front door is clearly badly damaged. I knew that was going to happen eventually. They're adopting like some serious World War Z tactics here. might have enough time that I could loot these bags. Well, I found a good club weapon. Whoa. Oh, wow. Well, that's it. It seems that was the entirety of the Horde. My god, how many zombies did I end up having to kill? I know, right? Not enough? Wow, seriously? They broke through that again? Well, let's see how the girl held up. Okay, so in summary for that fiasco, they managed to breach my walls several times. And mind you, this is the first Horde Night, and my walls were upgraded to cobblestone. Now, I don't know if this is indicative of the new standard within Alpha 19, or if it's because of the mods I have, or because of how far my technology has already progressed. But one thing I can tell you, there were more than 3 waves of zombies. There was at least 7. I'm gonna start eating before I freaking starve to death here. But anyway, they managed to breach my walls in 4 different places. There was here at this wall that I'm at, they breached it several times now. They breached it here twice, and the first time a couple of zombie dogs made it into the house. Let's see. They also managed to inflict some considerable damage on this wall, but it was repaired as the attack was progressing. Despite the fact that they could have easily broken through these wooden bars, they didn't attack here. They attacked over here. Why, I don't know. They didn't attack here either. So clearly the scripting, or not the scripting, but the AI was not very smart in its attack strategy. They focused their attacks on 4 specific places. Here at the front door, which they managed to breach that block, they inflicted severe damage on this one. They nearly broke through the door several times. And up around in here, they inflicted some moderate damage to the wood blocks. This one took some severe damage. Along this wall, negligible regards to any damage they might have done. They didn't attack the foundation block, surprisingly, because if they had just attacked along these blocks here and gone all the way around the building, they could have brought down the entire structure, but they didn't. They broke through that block a couple of times. They nearly destroyed this one because they were going all World War Z. So yeah, all in all, I would say the base otherwise held up pretty well for a horde of that size. But again, either it's something to do with the revisions to the game in Alpha 19 or my mods that I have installed. But yeah, that was a very large Horde Night, especially for this early in the game. But at least one thing that is still constant is the fact that when the music goes to being this soft and melodic and these Horde Night music is over, that is when it's pretty much certain that it's over, and that's when I can go outside and start assessing damage. Now, on the plus side, one new attack strategy I learned is that apparently the area of effect of a grenade is not affected by solid objects being between the grenade or other explosive and the zombies that are being hit by it. That's why I was able to drop bombs right here, and zombies right here were being killed by the blast, and the door was not taking any damage itself. So I don't know if that's a glitch or an exploit or what, but so yeah, that worked actually very well to my advantage. And I also burned through my entire supply of ammo for my new assault weapon, which I had to do the first hour or two of Horde Night without it. And I still ran out of ammo for it. So, in that regard, the trip to the trader was worth it. Because, well, I managed to get the parts to build my new weapon, and it proved to be very, very effective, and I actually am glad that I was able to build this instead of having to build an AK-47, because the TAR actually does more damage than the AK. At least in this game. So, as far as like my assessment goes of how this structure fared, like I said, it did pretty well, but I don't think it will survive the day 20. Not without some serious upgrades, like the walls being lined with spike traps. Of course, they might just find a way of World War Z-ing over those. And for those who don't get that reference, watch World War Z. It's a very good movie. Very interesting take on what would happen if the zombie apocalypse was the result of a viral outbreak. But the tactics that they used that the zombies used in that movie was when they needed to climb a 50-foot wall, they would pile on top of each other just more and more and more and more until eventually they managed to climb over and spill into whatever city it was they were trying to invade. Cure infection 5%. One of those or two of these. I'll just use two of these. There we go. That'll take care of that. Let's see. Also, an interesting thing about this Horde Night being that it was the first one. Let's just say it was the first time I ever saw the projectile shotgun vomiter buzzards prior to day 42. This is the first time I ever seen them in a first-time assault. So, yeah. And as you can see, they managed to inflict some considerable damage to my roof. So, as far as like the takeaway of from in regards to like what upgrades or repairs or enhancements I need to make, clearly there can be in this build there is no okay, they can't reach these blocks, so there's really no need to upgrade them above and beyond them being solid so the weather stays out and we'll be fine with that. No, you need to upgrade every single last block, because obviously what they will do is they will climb on top of each other and then focus their attacks on a single block, like what happened right there. I actually had to upgrade that to cobblestone because that one, as you saw, got destroyed once. At least I think that one got destroyed once. And then there was also a block over on this side that got destroyed, so Yeah, and then also those buzzards managed to break through my roof in 2 or 3 places, so obviously the entire roof needs to at least be cobblestone. Or at least upgraded to a material where when it is destroyed, it gets knocked down to a lesser form of that same material. And aside from that, it's also an excuse to do more construction work because, well, let's face it, as far as experience farms goes, I mean, yeah, Horde Nights are good. I managed to gain, what, 2 levels? Yeah, and almost gained a 3rd. But in between hordes, the best way to gain experience is just to build random buildings for no reason whatsoever. Which on the last alpha build, I actually kind of like practically built what would have been like a town with specialized buildings. Like I actually had like a food processing center where all the raw food, plants, plant food, you know, anything that was edible or consumable for the purposes of replenishing hunger and thirst gauges was gathered. And it just it handled all the processing there. And in fact, even my farm tower was built right next to it. And what that was a concrete structure that had multiple tiered layers, and each one was specialized to a specific thing. Mushrooms, which grew in any situation, were on the bottom level. And then next up from there was like vegetables, fruit, berries, you know, just stuff like that. That's how I had it built, and each layer was 3 or 4 blocks high, because that's how high, like corn, for instance, got. And I wanted the thing to be pretty uniform in its construction, unlike this mess. So, yeah. And then I also had like a dedicated ammunition factory where coal, nitrate powder, brass, and lead were funneled in, and along with some iron and stuff for making explosives. You know, stuff like that was all funneled in together to make ammunition and explosives and pipe bombs. You know, just anything that was used to make zombies more dead would go into there. And then I had one that was strictly for making armor. Yeah, see what I mean about how pipe bombs do almost no damage to do almost no structural damage? Look at that. That right there is 50 points worth of damage. Now, while that is probably splash damage, because I mean, like, yeah, see, that one's in better condition, that one's in better condition. This one took the equivalent of having this entire stack of 10 dropped directly onto the block and then set off. When in fact I probably threw probably a full stack of 20 right there on that spot where my crosshair is. And after all that, these blocks are all still intact. This block is still intact. My door is still intact. So, there you have it. One good attack strategy for dealing with the hordes. Oh yeah, and then these also took damage too, but they actually didn't take very much in the way of damage. So, in that regard, I am actually, you know, fairly impressed with how this structure held up. I mean, I never designed it to take on a horde that size, but it did, and it held up. Let's see, is there anything else damaged around here? Door, that block, that block. Yeah, see, like all the way over here, damage was taken. But very little. I mean, like right here, all those bombs going off only did 1 point of damage to that block. So this is something that I can actually keep in mind for my next base build, which I'm not going to try starting on until I have much better tools. Because like I said, when I scrapped that tier 3 shovel, For some reason, because there's like overlapping quality where a tier 1 shovel can actually be better in terms of damage and fatigue consumption than a tier 3 for some stupid reason. It took me 3 fire axes and 2 pickaxes to replace the quality 2 of each tool respectively, and I still have not been able to make a better tier 3 shovel. So yeah, so that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and make repairs to my base and make the necessary upgrades and reinforcements to the structure, while also looking at the possibility of seeing if there's a good defensible POI that I could use in the same situation. As I am on single player, I am now not convinced that the football stadium is a viable option. Because, for one thing, yeah, there's some pre-existing walls in place, but because of weaknesses in their structure, I would have to remove the fences and then replace those with stone blocks as well, or possibly iron bars, and that would consume a lot of resources. And what I might actually do then is not use the stadium as a base, but use it as a... Actually, no, I'm not going to use it at all. No. I'm going to use the field itself for where I plant my trees and stuff, but yeah, I'm not going to use it as a permanent base. Because for one thing, I wouldn't be able to prevent zombies from spawning in it, and it's going to be some time before I have sufficient technology to defend the place with auto turrets. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm, of course, the Sage of Games. This has been 7 Days to Die, and I will see you guys next time. See you later.